Hello students, I am Dr. Cheena Puri, Associate Professor in English in Government Girls College, Kishanpur. Today's lecture is a beginner's lesson on elements of a sentence. Grammar of any language is just like mathematics, as it demands regular revision in order to grasp the rules. It is more so with English language, as it has more exceptions to the rules. Today's lecture is on understanding about the different elements of a sentence. The objective of this lesson is to learn about the basic unit of language, to understand parts of speech, and finally to learn about the different elements of a sentence. However, before going to the sentence, let's find out about the basic unit of all language. Words form the basic unit of language. Just like to construct a wall, we need bricks. Likewise, words are the bricks of language. Words, when connected, following the rules of grammar, form sentences. We are surrounded by words all around us. An ocean of words in the form of books, magazines, and dictionaries surround us. Grammar involves rules to differentiate and categorize words into different groups depending on their role in context to each other and in a sentence. One of the ways to do so is to classify all words into 9 broad categories for which we use the term parts of speech. This term might seem to be new, but the different words which we are including in this, they are very familiar to us. The part of speech indicates how the word functions in meaning as well as grammatically within the sentence. An individual word can function as more than one part of speech when used in different circumstances. Understanding parts of speech is essential for determining the correct definition of a word when using the dictionary. So, what are these parts of speech? This is nothing new, as you'll just see in the following slide. So here you go. There are 9 parts of speech in the English language, and they are the very familiar noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, determiners, conjunction, and interjection. And we have been studying these throughout our childhood. So the broad term given to all these words is parts of speech. So just imagine all the words which you read in the books or find in the dictionary can be broadly categorized into these 9 parts depending upon the role or the function they play in a sentence. So this chart shows you the different function or job of each part of speech, such as verb, noun, adjective, and so forth. We all know that the verb tells us about the action or the state in a sentence, and a noun tells about the thing or the person, as you can see in the examples. That football is a sport and I like football. So here the verb tells us about the action or the state, and noun tells us about, as we have been studying through our childhood, about the person or the thing. Now, all the words which we find surrounding us can do more than one job. Many words in English language can have more than one job or more than one part of speech. For example, work can be a verb and a noun. But can be a conjunction and a preposition, and so on and so forth. To analyze the part of speech, what we need to do is to ask ourselves, what function or job is this word doing in this sentence? And that is how we will come to know whether the word is a noun or a verb or an adjective. To understand more clearly, students, you can understand this through the table below, where few examples have been shown. Here you go. So here the word work can function as a part of speech called noun or a verb depending upon its role in the sentence. So as you can see in the example, my work is easy Here work enacts as a noun because it is talking about a thing. And in the next sentence, I work in London, the same word work acts as which part of speech? As the verb, because it talks about the action. And so this table defines and differentiates about how one word can function as different parts of speech. This knowledge is required to grasp the role of the words in a sentence while forming a sentence. So before we move on to the elements of a sentence, we need to refurbish and revise all the different nouns, verbs, adjectives and parts of speech we have been studying in our lower classes. So with this we come to the end of part 1, and in next part we will be discussing about how the words function in a sentence and what are the different elements of a sentence. Thank you so much.